Hi guys, and welcome to another Try Forex Power Hour. I'm Marcello. Today is June 10th, 2014, and I'm going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our biases, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars. So what's our formula for success? Basically at 5 p.m. Eastern, we will determine our bias. Okay, we'll do a market analysis, determine what our bias is. And that's obviously maybe the most important thing that we can do. What is the bias? The bias is the highest probability movement of the market in the next session. So for us, if we believe that there's a high probability that the euro dollar will go up, we will call a buy bias. Or the dollar Swiss will go down, we'll call a sell bias. Or whatever currency pair is going to bounce between 2 points, we will call it a consolidation bias. So there are two ways to execute this bias. We can either take a set and forget it trade, or we can day trade in the direction of our biases using our pods for bigger profits. If you don't know what a pod is, then go to tryforex.com and we will tell you it's probably one of the most important concepts that you could ever learn. Let's go ahead and take a look at a chart. All right, so the euro dollar. So guys, yesterday I called the consolidation bias on the euro dollar. That was not quite accurate. As you can see here, technically we could say that we're still in consolidation, but the market really did move down and moved out of the range. I expected for price to continue to move in this range, 135, right about the 135.88, 13600 area. And the market actually continued to move down. So what we're going to look for now is, because outside of the range, close below the range and close below areas of support and resistance, we're going to be looking for price to come down to 135.00 to 135.07, and we're more likely than not going to get a bounce of some kind at 135, right about this 135.00, 135.10 area. Clearly, we're still in a downtrend, guys. We did have a little bit of movement here. We had the minimum bid rate on euro dollar move up when we didn't expect it to, which caused this big, huge candle that we saw. But I think inevitably the market was ready for the euro dollar to cool down. And so as a result, what you're seeing here is that you're seeing this continuation to the downside. Well, for the time being, I'm looking for price to move down to 135.00, 135.10, and from there we can make decisions. So that is what my call is on the euro dollar. On the dollar Swiss, it's perfect because it's exactly the same thing. We have area of support here at 0.9016, the 50 EMA. We also have at 0.9029, we also have a long-standing trend line that dates back to November of 2013 that we can look for. That also is going to be a very good area of resistance for us to look, and it actually mirrors what's happening on the euro dollar. So look for price to continue to move up and really get to this place on the dollar Swiss as well. So euro dollar sell, dollar Swiss buy, at least to those points that I mentioned below. The pound dollar is actually sitting right at an area of support. Okay, and this area of support actually has been, in fact, I would adjust this because I think this is a much more prominent area of support here. We can see that price could come down to right about 1.6720 in that area, and we could probably look for a bounce there if the market wants to stay in consolidation, and we are in consolidation here on the pound dollar thus far. We're going to look for price to come down to 167.20, and then we're going to look to see what happens after that at 167.20 point. If price does go through that, guys, we actually have nothing to stop us from reaching all the way down to 165.00. So that's something to consider for the time being. This is still a consolidation play on the pound dollar, and we are expecting it to move down. You know, that would be accurate. We wanted to go from 168.50 down. We wanted to see price come all the way down to 155, and I think that that's still the plan on the pound dollar. We may get a little bounce here in between, and then a continuation to the downside inevitably on the pound dollar. Okay. The dollar yen also showed very good movement here. Still in consolidation. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars in consolidation here. and lots of areas of support here. We've got Bollinger 50 EMA and also We've got a 200 EMA that's holding at this area as well. Those are the areas of support that are going to hold that dollar yen where it is for the time being, and so it's going to take a lot of force to push it down from here. So what I'm going to look for is potentially a move up on the dollar yen to this trend line here, and then a push down from there back to this area. We're going to play a consolidation play on the dollar yen, basically playing between those 2 points. All right, so the Aussie dollars actually looks like it's breaking out of its trend line here, this zone that it's been in. And so basically this area of support is held since the same time, about October of 2013, and we've had multiple touches here. Now we could have a reversal candle. We could have a red bar that closes within here. That could easily happen on the Aussie dollar. For the time being, we have to believe that this area is now going to be an area of support, and so we're going to somehow look for a price to continue to move up here on the Aussie dollar. Euro yen, everyone, we were in consolidation on the euro yen, and it did break through, although all of this is really consistent with consolidation on a higher time frame. So let's go up so that I'm correct about this. We can't be myopic, clearly. All right, so we have some form of a reversal candle here, or I'm sorry, a pennant formation. I apologize. And actually, at this point, we're sitting right at an area of support. It's a short-term area of support on the euro yen. So now that I've drawn that, let me take another look here on the lower time frame. Let me go higher first. Right now down to the daily, and you can see that we're sitting right on this area of support here on the euro yen. And yeah, this is a tough call, guys. I think that, I don't know, we've got areas of support right under it. We have a trend line right above it. We also have areas of support at the Bollinger and also at the 200 EMA. There's plenty of space for us to bounce off of that and move back up. It's really going to be a play. I don't think I'm going to call the euro yen today, just because I do think that there's an opportunity here for, yeah, I would have to call potentially a test of the Bollinger here, the 200 EMA, at right about 13800, and then a push back up is what I would probably call in the euro yen if I were to call it. It's not my strongest play, so I'm not going to put anything in there just quite yet. Pound yen sold off, was right in an area of resistance. Beautiful trade yesterday. Some of our guys actually got some of that based off the biases yesterday, and then you can see that we're sitting right at support zone at the 50 EMA and also at the Bollinger middle band. So that's actually a very strong area of support. I think we could test that area at 170-100 and potentially just play around in that area. So much going on here. We are in consolidation on the pound yen. It's playing in this pennant formation, but it's not quite clear what it wants to do from here. So I'm going to call consolidation bias on the pound yen. Look for it to test this 50 EMA and this Bollinger middle band on the daily, and then continue. Yeah, I'm just going to call it consolidation from here. Not really clear signals for me. I like it when they're very, very clear. This isn't clear for me right now. New Zealand dollar still in consolidation. Same thing. I look for it to go up to 85.47, 85.50, where the 50 EMA and the middle Bollinger band converge, and then I'm going to be looking for a sell from there, because that is exactly what looks like wants to happen there. So keep that in mind, guys. That's going to be Very strong area of support. If the market passes that area of support, then we could see a lot of new movement on the New Zealand dollar from there. So that's what I'm calling here on the New Zealand dollar. I'm going to call consolidation. I'm going to look for a sell off of 85.50. Dollar CAD. You can see that we have an area of support and resistance. This is actually not accurate. This would be more accurate. And so we're going to look for price, beautiful convergence here on the trend line and on the 50 EMA. And so we're going to look for 1.0928, 1.0928 to be our area to look for a sell off here. And then we're going to see kind of a sell off on the dollar CAD. That's what it looks like once that happens. We are in consolidation on the dollar CAD. And that will do it, guys. I would say that the euro dollar can get down to 135.100, 135.10. I think that looks certain. Dollar Swiss as well looks very, very solid. And obviously the pound dollar looks like it can get down to 167.30. And those are pretty much my best calls. I would say I'd watch those three pairs. Certainly the euro pairs have been excellent for us here. I'd love to see what they do. I can't wait to talk to you about it tomorrow to get a clearer picture of where the market is going as it unfolds. With that, guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best.